Now let us come to the sonnet. As you know, Amoretti is a collection of sonnets. So what is a sonnet? How do we define a sonnet? The sonnet form actually is Italian in origin, and it was brought into England by two poets. You know their names, Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard, Earl of Surrey. So they brought the sonnet form into England. Now what is a sonnet? In Italian, the word sonnet means a little sound or song, and it consists of 14 lines. Traditionally it is of 14 lines, and it is written in iambic pentameter. That is actually an iamb is a metrical foot which has an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. So as you know, when you studied philology in CC1 in first semester, you came to know that the English language is a stressed language. It's a very much stressed language, and each and every word is stressed, and it is either monosyllabic, bisyllabic, trisyllabic, or tetrasyllabic, or even it has more than 4 syllables, some words. So you know this, and so a sonnet is called, rather it is written in iambic pentameter. So it adheres to a specific rhyme scheme, and it has a compact structure bound by a tight thematic concern. Now the classical form of the sonnet was provided by the Italian scholar Petrarch, and it is known as the Petrarchan sonnet, which was divided into 2 stanzas. The first 8 lines were called, or it is called, octave, O-C-T-A-V-E, or octate, O-C-T-E-T. And the final 6-line stanza is known as the sestet, S-E-S-T-E-T. So it has a set rhyme scheme, A-B-B-A, A-B-B-A, C-D-E, C-D-E. So in the Petrarchan sonnet, the first 8 lines present a problem or some kind of an observation. Final stanza changes the direction of the sonnet, and there occurs a shift, a turn, or what is called a volta, V-O-L-T-A, from the foregoing argument. So the sestet becomes a counter argument, an answer, kind of an answer to the octave. So Sir Thomas Wyatt had introduced the sonnet form into England in the early 16th century, and he translated Petrarch's sonnets and wrote some of his own sonnets as well. And when he was in Italy, that is Sir Thomas Wyatt, he had read Petrarch, and he was really very, very much enthusiastic to bring the sonnet form to England. And he wrote over 30 sonnets, and 25 of them were directly drawn from Petrarch. Wyatt's tone was more colloquial and dramatic as compared to that of Petrarch's, whose tone was more formal. Petrarch in his sonnet idealized the beloved. That is, he wrote his sonnets dedicating them to Laura. this woman named Laura. But in Wyatt, that idealism of love was not always present. And we find this is undermined sometimes in Wyatt's poem. There is a purity of love experience is undermined by Wyatt. Now, as I told you that the predominant sonnet type that appealed to the Elizabethan love poets was the courtly love sonnet or the lyric, and Wyatt was the forerunner of the love sonnet that he introduced to the English court audience. The conventional courtly love sonnet, which was taken from Italian poetry, had as its subject the pining lover and the beautiful but pitiless beloved. Generally, the sonnet would provide the image of a man pleading with a woman to respond to his love. And generally what happened in these sonnets, this man would display his lovesick self, dwell on the charms of this woman and plead her to take pity on him. So this expression of love was deployed by English poets as well, but they combined it with other literary traditions and attitudes. For example, they picked up the Chaucerian style and weaved it with the Italian style. And this is exemplified by Sir Thomas Wyatt's sonnet titled "They Flee From Me." And the sonnet offers an interpretation of love and the beloved. And it is not merely an outburst of the lover's emotions.